Hi, my name's Paul Carney. So why did I start my business? I started Perpeta because as I was speaking in front of business professionals and HR professionals over the past 6 to 8 months, I realized I was trying to help them figure out all these great things AI is going to do for them. And then I realized they really hadn't even gotten the basic structure. They really hadn't played with prompts and gone out to the generative AI engines and learned how to build prompts. And I saw the people who were trying to do it were getting frustrated because they were getting pretty poor results because their prompts really weren't that good. They were very generic and they were getting generic results. I myself have been building all of these prompts. I have Google Docs, thousands of Google Docs full of prompts and snippets and profiles. And I said, I need a place to start storing these. So I created a place to start storing them. And someone saw it and said, hey, what's that? Can I use that? So I said, all right, well, let's commercialize it. So I took what I was starting to build as sort of a database system and built it into a commercial entity called Perpeta, where you can actually store, organize, and build these incredible prompts. So my background prior to starting this is a very unique background. I'm not your typical HR person. Yes, I'm a chief human resource officer for a good-sized bank, but I'm a techie person at heart. I'm a technical person with a strong business background, started 3 different internet companies back in the 1990s when I first saw that first browser in 1992 and said, this web thing is going to change the world. I guess I was right. And then when I saw the ChatGPT in December of 2022, I said the same thing. This is going to change the world. So my background is highly technical, also strong business, HR. I bring all of that together in a way that helps people learn. I was a high school math teacher to start with in my career and a certified trainer in many different software. So I bring all of those things together to help people understand what it is they need to do and then give them the tools to say, here's how you're going to go do it. The type of customers I serve best in Perpeta is, almost anyone who needs to learn how to prompt. But of course, our product's not available to everybody in the world, although it could be used by them. But I'm focused right now specifically on human resource professionals in particular, because I understand them, they understand me. But any business person, small business person who's looking to figure out how can they be more competitive? How can they do things that their competitors may not be thinking about? And that's where the creativity of things like the generative AI engines is so powerful. Those who figure out, and I know it's hard because small business people are so strapped with time and energy, but those who figure out how to really look at it and ask AI things like, what can I do that my competitors aren't thinking of? That's a powerful prompt. You start asking those and start putting together some strategies, and it's amazing what you'll be able to do. So again, HR professionals, because they understand me and I understand them, business people, but really those small business people that have that opportunity to really get the edge. Well, we've already kind of gone off for what makes me personally different. There's a lot of things that make me different on the level that I'm not your typical HR person, not your typical business person, not your typical techie. But what makes this business different, what makes us different, is you get to store your prompts and build your prompts. There are things you can do, things I have learned how to do using the prompts that no one else really has out there right now. Yes, you can store your prompts in documents. You can put them in collaborative sites. Microsoft has those. Gemini with Google has them too. But they're not the same. They're not actually the way we've built it in Perpeta, that you can break your prompts down into its building blocks, into those little pieces and parts, snippets we call them, that you can reuse just by including them with your prompts. You create a new prompt and you say, include these 10 snippets, generate, and you don't have to worry about copying and pasting all those little pieces or remembering where you kept them. It's all right there in the system. So the concept of workflows, because as you get better and better at realizing you can't put everything in one prompt, you got to break it into maybe 3 or 4 prompts and do them one at a time. We create the concept of workflows, and you store the workflow so that it's prompt A, run it, get your results, then you go and copy prompt B. You can even pop in some variables. If you got variables, you answer what you're going to change for that run. Copy it, paste it in, run it, get your results, and then you just keep doing. But it's easier than opening up 10 Word documents and trying to find it all. This is all right there in a workflow, and you can pop back and forth as much as needed. Share something about myself that's non-business. I love to garden. In fact, look at this. This is my current batch of cucumbers growing. But what's more amazing is look at this lettuce. A tremendous amount of lettuce. I love to garden. If you haven't figured it out now, this is what I love to do. It's my passion. It's sort of a zen time. I get to come out in the garden. Some people don't like to pick weeds. I don't mind it. Now, when the weeds get out of hand, that's a little hard for me to deal with, but I do love weeds. Don't love the weeds, but I do love the gardening. It's a good time to be out here in a beautiful day like this in the sunshine. In fact, look at this basil. You ever seen a basil plant that large? Lisa last night made a incredible homemade pesto with that basil. So that's something a little bit about me that you may not know. And if people around me know it, in fact, we're called the lettuce people here because we provide lettuce for almost all of our neighborhood. Thanks.